Pros and cons of living in New Zealand. Hello, esteemed viewers. It's a pleasure to have you on this channel. In this video, we will be discussing the pros and cons of living in New Zealand, an island country in the southwestern Pacific Ocean. Before we begin, did you know that New Zealand is the sixth largest island country by area and the last sizable habitable land to be settled by humans? Well, now you do. And in addition, there are other interesting things to know more about this country, popular as the first country to introduce a minimum wage. New Zealand is indeed a great country. But like any other, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Without further ado, let's proceed to today's business. Pros of living in New Zealand. 1. People are generally friendly. Let's begin with the first pros of living in New Zealand. The people are widely regarded as friendly, although perceptions may differ. The reputation for friendliness is frequently linked to the nation's relatively small population, where social norms promote friendliness and discourage negative interactions due to the close-knit nature of the community. Many visitors have shared experiences indicating that locals are hospitable and eager to assist, frequently initiating conversations with strangers. For instance, one traveler observed that individuals would hold doors for others, provide sunscreen at beaches, and share items such as insect repellent and coffee at campsites. Nonetheless, it is essential to recognize that, like any other region, New Zealand is home to both friendly and unfriendly individuals. 2. A well-organized country. Another pros of living in New Zealand is that the country boasts a comprehensive legal and regulatory framework supported by effective law enforcement and an autonomous judicial system. Additionally, New Zealand is recognized as highly structured and characterized by a resilient economy and efficient governance. It operates under a parliamentary democracy and is divided into 11 regional councils and 67 territorial authorities for local administration. Overall, New Zealand is celebrated for its superior quality of life and minimal levels of perceived corruption. 3. Great places to raise a family. One advantage of living in New Zealand is that the country provides an exceptional quality of life, prioritizing a harmonious work-life balance. Families are afforded ample time to spend together, complemented by a wide array of opportunities for outdoor activities and adventures. The public services, including welfare and support systems, are well established, providing essential assistance to families in need. Additionally, New Zealand is renowned for its outstanding education system, encompassing all levels from early childhood to postgraduate studies. All 8 universities in the country are featured in the top 500 of the QS World University Rankings. New Zealand is recognized for having one of the highest literacy rates globally. 4. Free healthcare. Another notable pro of living in New Zealand is that residents benefit from free or low-cost healthcare services supported by government subsidies. The public healthcare system is financed by the government through taxpayer contributions, accounting for approximately 9% of the nation's GDP. Citizens and permanent residents enjoy free or subsidized healthcare services, which include general practitioner visits and prescription medications approved by Pharmac. However, certain services, such as consultations at after-hours clinics, may incur higher costs, and not all medications receive subsidies. Visitors, tourists, and expatriates are eligible for free medical treatment for accidental injuries under the ACC program, though they may need to acquire private health insurance for other medical requirements. Health New Zealand, established on July 1, 2022, is designed to oversee public hospitals and primary and community health services, with the goal of minimizing complexity and reducing waste. 5. Very safe. We cannot conclude on the pros of living in New Zealand without mentioning this. New Zealand is widely regarded as one of the safest places to live in the world. Its low crime rate and stable governance significantly enhance its safety profile. Nevertheless, similar to any other location, it is not entirely free of criminal activity, and visitors are advised to exercise standard precautions, including being attentive to their personal belongings and steering clear of potentially dangerous areas. Furthermore, natural threats such as volcanic eruptions and extreme weather conditions may present risks. Essentially, although New Zealand is considered safe, people should maintain a level of caution and stay alert to their environment. Cons of living in Zealand. 1. Very expensive. Let's set the ball rolling with the first con of living in New Zealand. This country is often regarded as a costly destination for both living and visiting, particularly when compared to other developed nations. In 2023, New Zealand was positioned 19th out of 197 countries regarding living costs, with a cost index of 101.4. However, the cost of living in New Zealand is not uniform across cities. Auckland ranks as the most expensive, followed by Wellington and Christchurch. The average monthly living expenses, excluding rent, range from 1,568 New Zealand dollars to 1,670 New Zealand dollars for an individual, while a family of four can expect to spend between 3,946 New Zealand dollars and 6,017 New Zealand dollars. Mortgage costs are particularly steep, especially in Auckland, where a single individual must earn a minimum of 5,000 New Zealand dollars monthly to maintain a comfortable lifestyle. Despite these high expenses, many inhabitants value the high quality of life in New Zealand, which is considered superior by international standards. 2. Isolated. Isolation is one of the disadvantages of living in New Zealand. This country is highly remote and recognized as the most isolated temperate landmass globally. The islands of New Zealand are located in the southwestern Pacific Ocean. The distance from the western coast of the country to Australia is approximately 1,600 kilometers, equating to a 3-hour flight to its principal cities. Similarly, the nearest Pacific islands from northern New Zealand are roughly the same distance away. The significant time difference, GMT plus 12, can complicate communication with family and friends, while the costly long-distance flights pose challenges for travel and visits. Consequently, it is not unexpected that it was the final significant habitable region to be populated, with Polynesians arriving approximately 700 years ago. 3. Job market. Not much options. One of the cons of living in New Zealand is the challenges people face in getting a job. This situation can be linked to the hidden job market, where approximately 70% of job openings remain unadvertised in public forums and are instead filled through internal networking. The job market in New Zealand is notably competitive, particularly within specific industries such as technology and healthcare. The IT recruitment landscape is incredibly fierce, propelled by swift digital advancements and an increasing need for qualified professionals. This competitive nature is underscored by an 8% decline in job advertisements recently compared to previous times, representing a 35% year-on-year reduction. Consequently, while the job market may appear constrained, there are a handful of opportunities available, especially for those possessing in-demand skills in areas such as information technology, healthcare, tourism, agriculture, and construction. 4. Poor public transport. For such a beautiful country, New Zealand's public transportation system is often regarded as less advanced than that of other developed nations. A research report indicates that merely around 3% of the population utilizes public transport on a regular basis, a figure that is considerably lower than that observed in many other countries. In the principal cities, such as Auckland and Wellington, the public transport infrastructure is more sophisticated, encompassing buses, suburban rail, and ferry services. However, in areas outside these urban centers, public transport options are limited, leading many individuals to depend on private vehicles for their daily commutes. The primary challenge in developing public transport stems from its rugged terrain and extensive coastlines, which complicate infrastructure development. Furthermore, historical choices to favor road and air transport over rail and bus systems have shaped the current landscape of public transportation. 5. Unpredictable weather. The weather is unpredictable and can shift abruptly between various regions and seasons, presenting another con of living in New Zealand. The climate spans from warm subtropical conditions in the northernmost areas to cooler temperatures accompanied by significant snowfall in the alpine regions of the South Island. This variability is frequently characterized as experiencing 4 seasons within a single day. Additionally, weather patterns may be impacted by significant climate events such as El Niño and La Niña, which can alter rainfall and temperature. Winters are stormy in a lot of places so that it can be dark and dreary for long periods of time, but that might not be the case everywhere. Consequently, it is essential for both visitors and residents to remain vigilant about sudden weather changes and to consult local weather forecasts routinely. In the end, there is no such thing as bad weather. There are only different kinds of good weather. This brings us to the end of this video. What do you think about the pros and cons of living in New Zealand? Would you consider living there if an opportunity presents itself? Your comments are welcome in the discussion box. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.